Today is a very sad day for the Call of Duty modding community as Activision has just shut down a Call of Duty mod that's been 2 years in development intended to be a mashup of all the best COD titles with the best guns, maps, features, and it was set out to be one of the most impressive mods that has ever been for a Call of Duty game. And on this channel, we absolutely love diving into everything custom maps and mods for Call of Duty, going back as far as World at War custom zombies back in 2010. So it's always a shame to see a fan-made project as incredible and as hyped as this one, especially due to the fact that Activision themselves have shut this down. So you can see it in the background, and it literally was going to be a mashup of all the beloved old Call of Duty titles with the maps, the weapons, the features, the modes, all put into one as an ultimate Call of Duty experience that was going to be completely free. The developers behind this project were not going to profit in any way from making this mod, which fundamentally is one of the bigger gray areas when it comes to making such a modded version of a Call of Duty game, as technically this is all using Activision's intellectual property. They're the ones that own every single asset that's being used to create this mod, and originally this was all being developed on the IW4 engine, which is what powered the original Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009. Now, because that game has been out for so long and people have had a long time to get used to that engine, it's very flexible in terms of how easy it is to create modded content. And it's truly insane to look at this footage and to even think that this is running on the 2009 engine. It looks very modern in comparison. But on top of that, you need to own the original Modern Warfare 2 2009 on PC to be able to play this mod, because it essentially is a mod to a game that you need to own. Now, because you need to purchase the game to actually play the mod, you are essentially still giving Activision money for the purchase of the game. So in their minds, they've still got the sale. There's absolutely nothing wrong there. But something pretty drastic happened with the development of this mod about a month ago that I believe may have swayed Activision to shut the mod down, but this isn't 100% confirmed. So again, don't take this as 100% fact, as there isn't any fact in this. It's just me simply putting two things together as common sense. But about a month ago, it was announced that the mod would be switching from the IW4 engine to the H1 engine, which is what powers Modern Warfare Remastered, which came out in 2016. Now, on paper, this seems, a very good decision to make, because it will be on a far more modern game with a far more modern engine. So graphically, it will look so much better than the original MW2 ever could on PC. Everything would just look so much more modern and more up to date with current CODs that it would probably be comparable in graphic quality to the current Modern Warfare 2. But the legal lines start to blur by moving it onto that game, as the mod makers said that if you've purchased the original Modern Warfare 2 to play our mod, you won't have to buy Modern Warfare Remastered to play our mod. Just because we moved our mod to a different game doesn't mean you have to buy that game again. And that essentially is encouraging piracy of Modern Warfare Remastered, which is, I believe, still quite a current, fresh game for Activision, that they definitely have a problem with that. And where the ultimate goal of the SM2 mod was to be a free-to-play game that was based on the Modern Warfare Remastered engine, where people don't have to buy that game to play it, that is where Activision see a financial threat, where they are losing out on money by people not buying that game and instead playing a way better version of it for absolutely free. And because fundamentally you're playing Modern Warfare Remastered for free, you're essentially pirating the game. And with the amount of eyes that has been on this mod for so many years, there's been about 100,000 people that have become a member of the SM2 community. That's 100,000 people that would pirate a Call of Duty game and be actively playing it instead of buying the latest one. And to Activision, that's clearly a massive problem and a bit of an illegal gray area. And as sad and unfortunate as it is, I think this was always inevitable. A Call of Duty mod that essentially is a completely separate free-to-play game that's using copyrighted assets from Activision's owned IP and playing their game without you having to purchase it. I've seen a lot of discussion about, well, why is IW4X and Plutonium still here? Why have they never been in trouble with Activision? And I think the difference with that is they are just server-based clients. Those two also have mods. They've got modded maps, modded guns, modded modes and features. However, they require you to actually purchase and own own the game. And those mods are just providing servers for those games that Activision has already made and you've had to purchase. So at the end of the day, Activision don't lose out by Plutonium and IW4X existing. But because SM2 was eventually going to be its own free-to-play COD game, Activision make no money from that. And it's using Activision's intellectual property. And even though the game was going to be absolutely free to play and the developers were not going to make any profit from this, it was still big enough of an issue for Activision to shut the project down, send a cease and desist. And I do believe that because they moved it to that H1 engine, that really caught Activision's attention, and using a game that is still fairly active and wasn't from the last generation is again probably why they had such an issue with it. I do feel really sorry for all the developers on the SM2 mod because it genuinely looked amazing, and I can't think of anything more painful than having this happen after 2 full years of development. If it happened a lot sooner into development, I don't think it would sting quite so much, but 2 years is a hell of a long time to be spent making a mod for a COD game, and especially with that 2 years, it's given them a lot of time for the COD community to learn about the mod and get excited, as we've seen more and more things come from it. They had developer updates, they had tons of features which have been fan requested, which it was going to improve the gameplay experience of these old titles in such a huge way that for a lot of people it felt like a old school Call of Duty game was finally coming back. And to a lot of people, they hailed this as the great next Call of Duty game to come up that would really fill in what a lot of people are missing with current CODs like Modern Warfare 2. The announcement of Activision shutting this down has been gigantic news. Like, their tweet has over 1 million views since it was announced, and that goes to show just how big of a deal this mod was going to be. I have been impressed by this mod for the last 2 years of seeing it, and I hadn't covered anything on this channel about it yet, as I wanted to actually get my hands on it and play it. So to any of the devs at SM2 watching this video, I am really sorry that things have ended like this, and I really hope that this isn't the last that the COD community sees of your modding efforts, as everything looked truly, truly beautiful. I would love this situation to be turned on its head, where some of the developers from this project actually end up being part of the dev studios that make Call of Duty, because at the end of the day, they've been able to do something which many indie companies can't even do, and that is to grow a massive community to be behind a mod, let alone a full game, but a mod. And it's clear that these guys understand what the fans want in a Call of Duty game, and it is evident by all of the hard work that they've put in for the last 2 years that they understand Call of Duty at a fundamental level. They have the skills to be able to develop what the community wants, and I think they would be great assets to the studios that are creating Call of Duty at the moment, be it Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games. There's been at least a dozen really cool, heartwarming stories of modders in the community who have created such incredible work that they've been recognized by Activision and the studios and have actually been hired and have now become developers at those studios. Now, this is far from a happy scenario with Activision and the SM2 dev community, but I hope we see some of that talent on the main COD game. Now, whilst we will never be able to see or play SM2, there is a new Call of Duty experience in the works that is a mod for Black Ops 3 multiplayer called Paint Ops by my good friend Gun of Truth. That is probably the closest thing we'll see to Modern Warfare 2 remastered multiplayer. The potential that Black Ops 3 has for modding is just insane, and what you're seeing now is Black Ops 3, but as you can see, we have Rust, we have Terminal, we have all of the guns from MW2 and 3, and essentially this is a fun version of multiplayer where the guns are all paintball guns. They shoot paintball bullets, but everything just looks incredibly crisp, like as if it was the multiplayer that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered never came with. And the beauty of this is it's just a mod for Black Ops 3, so you need the official game, it's using the official mod tools, and according to the mod maker Gun of Truth, it will not support any clients that are made in Black Ops 3, and it's staying that way to prevent any legal issues with the project. If you'd like to keep tabs on Paint Ops, then I'll have everything linked down below in the description so you can check out Gun of Truth. But it's likely that the future of Call of Duty modding, at least to try and create a new COD game, will just have to exist within the Black Ops 3 mod tools, which I am all down for because I love Black Ops 3. I love that engine. I love how easy it is to add mods to Black Ops 3 with the Steam Workshop, and for mod creators, it saves a lot of legal headache from Activision. But let me know what you think about this situation down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, leave me your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.